What's going on? Born for Sports. And folks, there's no sugarcoating this loss tonight, man. This was an absolute choke job by the New York Knicks. Absolute choke job. There's no way else to put it, man. They got no one to blame but themselves for this loss, man. This game should have been over. And even when it got hairy at the end, all they had to do was make free throws, and they didn't do it. They didn't do it, and it cost them. Straight up like that. And you know what? This is what happens when you don't take care of your end and you don't finish the game like the game means more to you at that moment than the other team. The same way we got Boston those first two games in Boston when we were down 20 and we came back and we wanted it more. The Knicks did not finish the game like they wanted it enough, and it cost us. Straight up. Straight up. Before we get to the chat, I just ask anyone that's new to the channel, this is going to be kind of some therapy tonight for Knick Nation. But if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe to Born for Sports. Cliff's checking in. What's good, Cliff? It's therapy tonight, y'all. Straight up like that. It's therapy tonight. This is a terrible loss for the Knicks. The series is not over by any means. Let me get that out the way. But we got to call it how we see it, man. This was about what the Knicks didn't do tonight. Again, in the closing minutes of a game, the closing seconds of a game, it's the playoffs. It's the Eastern Conference Finals. You got to put the baby to bed when you get the chance. You got to put the nail in the coffin. And when you leave doubt, that's when bad things happen. And they should have learned from that with the way they won those two games in Boston, how they were down 20 and they came back and they wanted it more. And in the final seconds of the game, you finish. Now, we got the best clutch player in the league. Best clutch player in the league, man. But you still got to hold. Everybody still has to be holding your end on every end of the floor, on both ends. And it cost us tonight. Simple as that. It cost us tonight. I ain't going to lie. I'm real pissed off right now. I'm real pissed off. Like I said, I'm not giving up on the series. Whoever want to say it's over, you go right ahead. I'm not with that, all that. But we got to call it how we see it tonight. This is a bad loss. This is a bad one. And game two is a must win. Let's get that out the way. Game two is a must win because of the way they lost tonight. Danny R checking in. What's good? He salute, Danny. We deserve to lose this game. Yeah, we do. We do deserve to lose this game. We do. Because, like I said, when you got a team on the edge, on the ropes, you don't let them back up. When you got that foot on the neck, what you do, you break the neck. You step on it until you hear bones crack. You don't get up off the neck, back up, and just hope they wither and die. No, you got to go out there and you got to make it happen. And the Knicks screwed that up tonight. They did. They screwed it up, man. They screwed it up, and they're going to be tested. That mental toughness is going to be tested, man. This is going to be the first time this group of players on this roster, as far as the collection of group. Now, Brunson's been through the wars hard. I'm not worried about Brunson. I'm not worried about Hart. I'm not worried about OG. I'm not worried about those kind of play dudes. Those guys, they've been through the wars. But as a collective group, this group is going to be tested now coming off a loss like that. Cliff says, brutal loss, no words. Well, one word, fuck. Yeah, straight up like that. What's up, sis? So, yeah, I mean, I'm tight right now. I'm tight right now. I mean, that was just a brutal way to lose, man. Simple as that. And they got no one to blame but themselves. Danny says, my birthday is on Friday. They better win game two, and that's all I'm saying. Yeah, they better win game two, not just for their birthday, but for their fucking lives in this series. You can't go back to Indiana down 2-0, man. You can't. You can't. Can't do it. You can't go back to Indiana 2-0. Not saying it's impossible, but you don't want to be in a situation like that. That's a lot to ask. That's a lot to ask. Eric says, wouldn't be Knicks playoff basketball without some BS happening. Yeah, this is what they do. Nothing is ever easy as a New York Knicks fan. Nothing. Nothing ever easy, man. You know, dating back to back in the 90s, no matter what, the Knicks just have to make it some kind of drama to just screw up the situation that's well in hand. And of course, it's against the fucking Pacers. This now rivals this loss tonight rivals now. It's up there with one of those games that we played in the past against the Pacers and with the Reggie Miller shit and all of that. It's up there. Let's just hope we get the same result as that 94 series when Reggie did that bullshit to us in game 5. Let's hope we get the end result. But listen, guys, it's a long way to go. It's a long way to go. This is game 1. So this really fucking blows. This really blows. I ain't gonna hold y'all. This really blows, man. I mean, and they got no one to blame with themselves. No one to blame with themselves, man. No one. Okay? Let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. They lose a game in overtime, 138-135, man. And I'm gonna go to this is the reason they lost for the most part. Now we can sing out everything. We can go, we can go to this and that. We can go to Naismith getting hot out of nowhere like that in the closing minute and a half. Okay, where there seemed to be some soft contesting on the 3-pointers over there. I don't know whether they think that Naismith wasn't capable of hitting those shots, but by the time they started contesting them, he was already hot. But this to me is the main reason why they lost. And this has been a problem for the Knicks for I don't know how long, many years already. But especially in the playoffs, you cannot miss 12 free throws in a playoff game and expect to win all of them. And it's fine. And this is not the first time. And you know something, guys? We can't blame Mitch. We can't blame the hacker Mitch tonight. We can't do that for all these misses. This was a collective thing. A collective thing as a team. They missed way too many free throws tonight, and it cost them. And why did it cost? And why I say this is what cost them? Because that's my turning point in the game. Because, see, Cat had a tremendous game tonight. Let me first say that. He had a tremendous game tonight. Brunson was in foul trouble, okay? And him and OG, they stepped up and carried the team and carried their weight tonight until those final seconds. When we needed those free throws, they missed them. Okay, Cat misses a big free throw that would have put us up 4. Okay, and basically would have took a miracle. Okay, OG misses a free throw in the last final seconds. Okay, and a play where they give the ball to him, he's fumbling the ball in the air and turns it over. I mean, it's unacceptable. You can't have these plays, man. You can't have that. You got to make your fucking free throws, man. And this has been an issue for the Knicks for I don't know how long. But in the playoffs, you got to make those things, man. You got to make those. And they did not do it. And we cannot blame the hacker Mitch this time. Now, I don't know if it was because it's all these days off, they're a little rusty. You can give me any excuse you want. Bottom line is you got to make them. Simple. You got to make them. We got to the line plenty of times tonight. We can't complain that we didn't get enough attempts. We can't blame hacker Mitch. This was a collective effort by the group. Brunson missed a couple. Cat missed a couple. OG missed a couple. Bridges missed a couple. You could go down the line. And especially when you got to have it, especially in the closing moments of that game like that, you got to have them. You got to make them. And they did not make them, and it cost them. Halliburton comes down. He makes a miracle fucking shot. Thank God the fucking guy's toe was on the line. The ball, of course, Nick Luck, bounces high in the air off a miss and falls in. Of course that happened to the Knicks. Okay, of course. Because when you have that kind of momentum going against you, it happens like that. And this is why you don't leave for chance. You got to make your plays. You got to make your end. And they didn't do it. And if it wasn't for them making those free throws, missing those free throws, I should say, okay, if it wasn't for them missing those free throws, that shot by Halliburton is irrelevant. Simple. This is why you got to make them. Because then when luck goes against you, when you have a shot that bounces up in the rim at the buzzer and drops in, this is what happens. It's just ridiculous, man. Knicks got no one to blame but themselves, man. No one to blame but themselves. Danny says, Tibbs needs to use his challenges more wisely. They also kill. Yeah, that was a big challenge miss there. I don't know who gave him the info. I don't know whether he just trusted his star. Maybe he trusted Brunson's word. I don't know who it is. Usually they have somebody in the on the bench that does all of that, checks out the replays and all that, and gives them the heads up whether they can. But hey, it is what it is. Bad challenge. It didn't work out. It was too borderline to waste it there. Me personally, I thought it was a play they could have overturned, but it was good. It was going to be close. And if they, hey, they could have used that challenge late, man, but they didn't have it. They didn't have it. Naismith killed us with those threes, gave him too much space to shoot those shots. That needs to be corrected. Yeah, and this has been an issue ongoing with the Knicks all years, their perimeter defense, for years. Really for years, let's be honest. But when you have a situation, okay, in these closing moments, you got to make sure you airtight on the shooters, man. And for some reason, I don't know what happened. The Knicks just, I don't know whether they just felt like Naismith wasn't capable of getting hot like that. But you gotta play airtight on them shooters, man. You can't be letting these guys, you can't be playing soft like that. You can't. Especially after the first three he made, you got to say, all right, that's it. Everyone on glue, everybody. And it did not happen. And Naismith got hot. He started burying threes, keeping them in the game. And then all of a sudden, of course, the missed free throws lead directly to the Halliburton luck shot that bounced around and drops in. It's typical Nick Luck. It is what it is. Now, let me just address this comment because, of course, we got this fool, Corey, want to come on, but I ain't seen you in like 3-4 games. Now you want to come on with this shit. Of course, Net fans. I hope you're laughing all the way to that 8th pick, okay? But you didn't get what you wanted in the lottery, okay? And you're watching our team in the Eastern Conference Finals, okay? So have your night, Corey. You can laugh. Yes, enjoy. But at the end of the day, you hit for games, bro. You hit, okay? You hit. Now you want to show up now. Of course you do. Of course you do. Clown ass Net fans. Not even worth the time, but I was going to be fair, and I let him get his comment in, okay? Just to show y'all the kind of type of time these Net fan clowns are. They only show up like roaches when it's convenient. But when the fucking time comes, when we kicking ass, you don't see them. You don't see them. Oh, man. Sis says that choke nod to Reggie choke had me tight. Yeah, I know. He thought he had it. He thought that shit was a 3 when it hit his toe. Yeah, this guy, this is why Halliburton, he wasn't even doing much the whole game. But, he wants to be the villain so bad. And then he's not even all that. He's all right. He's not all that. He's not no superstar, but, only Reggie Miller and the Pacer fans overrate this guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's all right. We got to have to get him. But of course, like I said, he gets a lucky bounce on a shot and he acts like he did it all himself. Whatever. Where was he most of the game? I didn't have to worry about him most of the game until that last shot. But whatever. Let him have his moment. Knicks bottom line got to get it done going forward. Cliff says, when did Naismith turn into Steph Curry? Yeah. I mean, listen, Naismith is the type of player that, Naismith is the type of player that from year 1 to year 2, he has taken a jump, and he's a solid player, and he can hit those shots if you leave him open. If you leave him open, he's going to make them. You know what I'm saying? And that was the Knicks problem tonight. They left too many freaking shooters open at the wrong time, and it's just been an epidemic with the perimeter defense all year. But for them to do that in the closing seconds, that's on the Knicks. That's on the Knicks, man. Danny, shout out to Danny joining me on the show. What's good, Danny, man? This is therapy.
What's good? What's good, bro? It's bad tonight.
Yeah,
It's
it's
bad.
therapy, man. It's therapy tonight. No doubt about it. I'm tight right now because like that was just an inexcusable loss. It's just
Bro, they were down. They were down by like 4. They were up 14, and then 17. Yeah, corrected. Yeah, I think they were up 17, and then they shit the bed.
Yeah, bottom line, they did. They shit the bed, and you know, hold on a second. Let me just get my guy Ray. He want to join the show. I'm so fucking heated right now.
T's not here tonight. T's not here tonight.
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't heard from T. I think he
Oh
might be.
man.
My guy Ray, he wants to join the show. He was actually out there. I think he was.
Oh, he's at the Garden.
Yeah, I think he was either at the Garden or he was either at the Garden or he was at the watch party. I forgot what
Yeah,
he
they
talked.
had the watch party at Radio City. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let me just send him the link. He wants to join the show. He's if he hits the link, he's gonna be joining us from outside. But
I mean,
yeah,
it was like it was a boxing fight all night though.
yeah,
It's like it was a boxing fight, you know.
yeah,
But it's like we gave that big of a lead. You deserve to lose the game, so
yeah.
you know what I
I
mean,
mean, you got to finish, man. You got to finish the game.
you
Like
gotta finish it off.
you can't expect dudes to just lay down. Like I said earlier, like when
Not
you
the
got
Pacers,
your
bro.
foot, yeah, the Pacers are a good team. They score, they can score. You know what I'm saying? So, and they've had these kind of wins all playoffs with Cleveland. They did this to Cleveland how many times in the last series? So the Knicks should have taken that as a sign of, yo, we can't let up like this, man. We can't let up until that shit hit 0-0-0. And they let up and it cost them their ass. But with all that said and done, bro, with all that said and done, if you make your fucking free throws, Cat, if you make your free throws, OG,
Free throws. That's
they'll
another
win the
thing. Yeah.
game. So with all of that said and done, it still was in their hands, and they didn't finish, and that is the problem. You gotta finish playoff games. You cannot do that, man. I'm just beyond tight right now with this nonsense, man. I can't believe they lost that game, but you know what? It is what it is. And the Knicks are gonna have to. They're gonna have to really fight in this series now. And I was already a fight, and I always felt like
Yeah, they're not going to
this
be a
was
pushover. Pacers are not a pushover team.
hell no, hell no. The Pacers are a good team. They're good. They're a good team. You know what I'm saying? They're here for a reason. You know what I mean? They have a better bench than we do, and they score. But we have advantages as well, and our advantages worked until the last freaking a minute in the game in regulation. And because why? Because we let our foot off the freaking gas, man. There go Ray joining us. Ray, what up, bro?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah, you good, bro.
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. It's therapy night, bro. It's a therapy session.
Well,
Where's Dr. Phil when you need it? Where's Dr. Phil when you need him?
Shit.
Been a while since I've been here, man, but tonight is definitely needed as far as, betting.
Yeah.
What a loss. What a loss. And, losses like this is very concerning to me,
Yeah, of course, man.
We definitely got punched in the mouth tonight.
Now, where did you say you went to the game or you was at the watch party, bro?
I was actually at the watch party.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
How
was the reaction in there tonight, man?
It was bad. Once Brunson airballed at 3, Mikal Bridges couldn't hold on to the ball. Everybody just got up and left. But when I tell you, before, at the end of regulation, where we was going into overtime, when Halliburton hit that fucking lucky ass 3-pointer.
I just said
two-pointer, actually.
I thought it was a 3.
And
I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it really took the life out of the room. I'm not gonna lie. And going into overtime, the guys, they look gassed.
Yeah, they look tired out.
Yeah, Brunson looked very gassed. He was just creating turnovers. I was like,
Like
Yeah,
you could see his dribbling, and when he was dribbling the ball, he was
yeah, he
very
was
Right,
like,
gassed out. He
yeah,
was
right,
gassed
yeah,
out. You know,
right.
yeah. That's what they were saying. Yeah,
it's I'm maybe tomorrow I'll feel better, but
No, it's
game
not supposed to
two,
feel good tonight. It's not
yeah.
supposed to feel good tonight. It's
yeah,
not. So
you
it's
know,
fine.
Friday game two is win or go home, honestly. And
It's,
Mm-hmm.
if you
it's a
don't
must
win
win.
on
It's a
Friday,
must win on Friday.
if you don't win on Friday, you can kiss this series goodbye.
Well, listen.
It might be a sweep
Listen,
for
I won't.
bases.
I won't say it's over. I'm I'm a ride or die. I'm gonna say, but I'll say this: if we go down 2-0 at home, man, listen. If we don't come back 2-2, it's a Rizzy. It's a Rizzy, basically. And because
Mm-hmm.
if you go down 2-0 going in Indiana with the kind of mental gymnastics that's going on after losing game one the way we did, that's a tall order to expect to win a series like that. The Knicks better win game two. Now, I'm never going to give up until 2-0. We've seen team. I mean, they came back on us 2-0 last year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
With issues that we had with our injuries, but you cannot go down 2-0 going into
Yeah, but the
Indiana.
only difference with this year and last season, we didn't blow 2-0 at home.
No,
We won
no.
2 at home.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
know,
And then
yeah.
we just
so,
bombed the rest.
so
I get
I
it.
really hope. If one thing this team had showed me is that they react very well when their backs is against the wall.
Exactly. That's why I won't count them out.
Mm.
That's
So
why. That gives me hope. You're right.
They
That
play.
gives me
They play.
hope.
They play pissed off Knicks basketball.
Every
oh
time
yeah,
they have a
oh yeah,
loss, they always bounce back in this playoffs. Every time. Think
Yeah.
about it, like the Detroit game, right? When they lost, what was it? Game 2 in Detroit. What did they do? They responded and won the next two in Detroit. When they lost game 5 at home to Detroit, they bounced back and won game 6 to close them.
yeah. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Last round with Boston, they got smacked game 3 in the Garden. What did they do? They won game 4, and then they got smacked in game 5, and then they put a beat down on game 6. So they have shown, Ray, you're right. They have shown that they will bounce back. They got that mental makeup to do that.
yep, yep. Detroit split the series with us at home.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
listen, man, you gotta get this win on Friday, man. You
Oh, it's
gotta get
definitely.
this
So
win.
man,
It's a must win.
Yeah.
And I'm listen. I believe these guys are gonna show up on Friday.
So do I.
I hope so. I hope so.
So do I. No, I think they're gonna step up. It's a matter of this. This is what it comes down to. What are the adjustments that Tibbs is gonna have to are they gonna be ready for? Because we know Carlisle's a good coach. Whatever that didn't work for them against us in game 1, he's gonna have something different. He's gonna have some.
Mitch has to improve his defense though.
Yeah. Well, listen, Mitch did what he could, man. That Mitch did well tonight. I didn't really have an issue with Mitch.
That last play with Obi, he should have beat up on what's his name? The one that got the easy shot.
Oh,
Obi,
Yeah, when he
it was just bad drop coverage because it's
yeah.
like,
yeah.
I get it. You want to help out, but honestly speaking, Mitch, yeah, he messed that up.
I'd rather see Obi shoot that 3 than get an easy
Right.
2.
Yes. I
You know?
do agree with you on that shit, man. That play, he made a bad choice on that one. He should have stuck with Obi on that. You can't do that. Like Danny said, let Obi take that shot out there. He ain't made nothing all night. He ain't
Right.
make nothing. He ain't do shit all night. So I know there'll be somebody trying to needle it. Oh, Obi. No, he didn't do shit all night until a little dunk at the end when the game was basically on out of reach or whatever. All right, whatever, man. At the end of the day, he missed a dunk. He missed a dunk in the game earlier. Okay, when he tried to showtime it and he missed the dunk, he was getting cooked on defense all night, every time, to the point where Carlisle had to take him out. He subbed him out for the other big. What was his name? Oh shit. What's the other big's name? Not Turner, the other guy that they subbed in for him. Oh shoot.
Nothing. I forgot his name.
I'll tell you right now, but like he didn't do much. So you gotta play the game of chess there, Mitch, because at the end of the day, Mitch, you're there to defend and rebound. That is your calling card. That is your calling card, and that was a bad decision on him. He's got to make a better choice than that. Okay, and yeah, the guy's name is Brian. Brian. They subbed Brian in for Obi's because Obi defense was so bad in that game. Okay, so listen, get it done. You gotta make a better choice there. And I also thought, Hart slipping a couple of times.
That's another thing too.
Was another unfortunate thing because listen, I will never be a person to criticize Josh Hart. Nobody plays harder than that guy. Okay, nobody is more of a glue player on this team than Josh Hart. But he had a couple of possessions, man, and I'm like, damn, bro, like he's slipping all over the place. And then that three for Naismith, he was out of position because he slipped.
He slipped, yep.
He was out of position, and Naismith took the shot.
And the inbound pass.
And I was going to get to that. Good call. The inbound pass.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a collection of fuck-ups for the Knicks in the last few seconds of the game, man. It was like a perfect shitstorm. It was unbelievable what was going on. It was a true, like, I gotta be honest, it was a true choke job. There's no getting around it. I mean, and then to miss your free throws to put the icing on the cake. Because
I'm not blaming the refs on this game. Not at all.
No, you can't. No. You cannot blame the refs on this. You gotta blame the Knicks for this. They choked that. They did that. They got nothing to do with the refs. Listen, the refs didn't make calls on fouls during the game. So be it. They were up 14, man. They were up 14. Yep. You cannot blow that game.
No excuses.
There's no excuse, man. You can't blow that game for up 14 with 2-something left, and then you at the line to ice the game. You missing free. You can't do that. Like
and Neeson going ham.
Yeah, like this team gets me so mad because they miss so many free throws, and I'm just like, bro, like when we get fouled and get calls and get to the line, y'all still ain't making them.
Cat should have made that last free throw, man. They would have put it as 5 points.
That would have been it. That was game right there. That was game. OG too. OG, he missed the free throw.
Missed a free throw. Yeah.
That was a key miss. That was a key miss right there. You know what I mean? OG, you got to make that, man. Come on now. I mean, it was just a collection of a shit show choke job there in the last seconds. And listen, if the Knicks go on to lose this series, this is going to be the game we go back to as the reason why, whether it's in 7 games, 6, 5, 4, whatever. This game will live in lore of the reason why we lost the series. You cannot blow these kind of games in playoff series because they haunt you later, man. They do. So the Knicks are going to have to work extra hard now to make up for this game. Man, bro. Unbelievable, bro. Cliff says, I'm going to get to Cliff's comment. I'm sorry. We just had to get that out because it's therapy.
We all frustrated tonight, yeah.
It's therapy session tonight, y'all. I mean, if you're a diehard Knicks fan and you ride or die with this team and you die plenty of times and come back to life, hit the subscribe button to this channel right now, Born for Sports, because this is therapy tonight. We ride or die OG Knicks fans, no matter what age you are. And this is just a long list of tough ones we're going to have to deal with. And, hey, it's a long series. Let's see if we can get back going through. Cliff says, we got to be fair. Brunson got a few lucky bounces like that before. Last year against Philly in the Dante DiVincenzo game, if we hit free throws, it don't matter. Yeah, bro, I totally agree. That's what I'm saying. Like, we had so many opportunities to still close it despite what was going on, and we didn't do it. We didn't do it. We can't blame the refs. We got to blame ourselves, man. Oh, man, bro. I mean, it's unbelievable. Look at the statistics in this game, bro. I mean, first of all,
it's crazy how Jalen put up a 40 burger and we still lost.
And we lost because we can't make free throws and we collapsed. It's unreal, bro. It's unreal. I mean, look at the statistics. First of all, the Knicks have a I feel the biggest advantage in this series that the Knicks have is two things. Number one, Cat. They don't have answers for him, and I'm gonna get to him in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And also the rebounding. The Knicks are a better rebounding team than the Pacers, and it showed tonight as expected. Okay, they won the advantage 46-39, but for a while it was a bigger advantage than that. Okay, they had the advantage on rebounding 9 times out of 10. Okay, if the Knicks scored 135 points, out rebound their opponent, they're gonna win that game, and they lost it tonight, and that is what frustrates the shit out of me.
Yeah, with those stats, you would think we will win this game.
Yeah, they dropped 138 points and won the rebounding battle, and they lost. I mean that
usually when you out rebound the team, you definitely come out with the W. Usually.
Yep. Look at this: 62 points in the paint. Okay. Our bench points, yeah, they had that. Our largest lead was 17, and they lost. I mean, it's unbelievable. We had more free throw attempts and makes. Okay, we had 40 free throw attempts, and we made only 28 of them. That's not good enough when you shoot 40 attempts.
It's not a good stat.
You can't do it. Okay, and in hindsight, the Pacers, they had 28 free throws, but made 21 of them. Okay. And they made 15 3-pointers. The Knicks had 11 3-pointers, but they were winning in so many categories, but two categories that cost them: free throw shooting and turnovers. There's the game right there.
And the fact that Jalen got his 5th foul 10 minutes in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, but you know what though, bro? When that happened, the team responded. They responded to that. The Cat and OG were unreal when that happened. They held it down. The team rallied, man. They were up 14, and most of that work was with Brunson on the bench, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like it crippled them. When Brunson got back in the game, what was the lead? He was up like, what, 12? I mean, like.
At least, yeah, I think 12 or 10 points, something like that.
Yeah, like, bro, you got to close that game. They got to close, and they did not get the job done. 15 turnovers, man. 15 turnovers, bro. And I swear to God, 5 of them happened in the end of regulation in overtime. I'm telling you right now. I mean, that's inexcusable. And then in hindsight, Pacers only had 7 turnovers.
Passes were sloppy.
It was very sloppy.
Plays on the court was
very sloppy, yeah.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right, Ray. Very sloppy down the stretch. And uncharacteristic from our captain. You know what I mean? That he had a couple of turnovers like that. You know, like you said, you know, it looked like the team was just gassed at the end of the game.
You know, he was gassed when he airballed that 3.
Yeah. You know, that's not Brunson.
That's not him. That's not like him, yo.
Yep. I mean, it's just a collection. I'm just so annoyed that Halliburton shit bounced in the air and went in.
That's going to get talked about. That's going to get talked about all series.
So annoyed with that. Like, if I'd rather he just switch the shit. For it to bounce off the rim, high in the air, drop when the fucking buzzer go. I mean, like, what the fuck, man?
And yo, didn't that shit look like the old Reggie shot back in the Garden? If you look at the Reggie video and the Halliburton video,
yeah,
they did like the same movement. The same movement.
Yep.
Take the ball, rebound it, go back, run back to the 3-point line, shoot it, and make it. But it wasn't a 3, but it was a 2. But you get what I'm saying. It looks like similar.
Absolutely.
You look at both videos.
Absolutely, man. It was very similar. And, you know, it was good defense. Go ahead, Ray. Go ahead.
I have a part of me that want PJ Tucker to utilize his 6 fouls, man. If you go on the court, punch Halliburton in the face.
Punch him right in the throat. Why not?
That's it. That's it. I just need one good one, man. I can't stand him.
PJ will definitely do the job.
You know, PJ will definitely get in there. You know, he'd love to do that.
PJ will start scrapping for sure.
I swear to God, and the thing is, Halliburton had 31, and I swear to God, for most of the game, it felt like he wasn't even doing shit.
It wasn't even like he was doing anything. It didn't feel like it at the Halliburton game.
that shit was a weak ass 31, if it's possible, if I could say that. 31 points until that last ball went in. It was just like his impact on the game wasn't really happening like that until that stretch, which is nuts, man. It's just, oh my god.
Did you see his outfit when he came into the Garden?
Nah, I didn't even see it. What he had
Dude,
on?
he had on the Timbs. He had on Timbs and Rockaway jeans.
Fuck that guy. The guy, you know what it is with that annoys me about him? He wants to be a villain, a Nick villain so badly.
So bad, bro.
He's so bad. Like we don't even look at you in that kind of way. We just kind of be like, yeah, whatever. Okay. Like he wants to be the villain in Reggie Miller so badly, bro. So badly. It's annoying, man. Like, be you, fam. Just be you. Like, be you. Why do you want to be Reggie so bad? Like, you could just tell.
And why is Reggie calling Knicks games, yo?
Yeah. Of course they are. Oh, you ain't know, Danny? Tonight, there was the all Knicks hater all-star team. Okay.
I see that, yeah.
Between TNT and between this shit in the booth. Okay. We got Stan Van Gundy, the Knick hater. Okay. You got Reggie Miller, enough said. You got Shaq, Barkley.
Everybody's there.
You know, Draymond Green, all in there. All in there, you know, in the TNT booth.
Yeah, they're all in there.
Yeah, the Knick hater coalition. Just unbelievable. And of course, this happened while they were in. It's ridiculous, man.
It was not a good night. Not at all.
Oh man. Just a terrible one, man. I mean, there's no sugarcoating it. There's no sugarcoating it. You know what I mean? It just is a terrible fucking game. And what's the shame is I really was so happy. I was so happy to see how well Cat, OG, and the team responded when Brunson got that foul.
Mm-hmm.
And I was so happy to see how they responded, Ray. You know what I mean? Because it was like whenever you have a situation where Brunson is in foul trouble late in the fourth quarter like that, and you got to sit him like that, the Knicks are usually in trouble. They're probably going to lose the game, or it's going to be a struggle to win the game. And they had it all working. Everyone stepped up. Look at the numbers. Brunson had Towns had 35 tonight. Okay, 35 and 12. And all we're going to remember is he missed a fucking free throw. You know what I'm saying? OG, he had a pretty good fourth quarter, even though he wasn't hitting it early, but he stepped up and had some big buckets during that stretch when Brunson was on the bench. Okay, and what are we going to remember? He missed a free throw. That's what happens, man, when you blow games like this, man. It's just a shame. And instead of the story being, man, the team really stepped up and held it down for our captain with the foul trouble, we're here talking about how they collapsed in the final seconds and gave up game one. And the Knicks are going to have to find a way to shake it off, and they're going to have to respond. Now, we're going to really find out about this team and get on Friday. Bottom line. We're really gonna find out. And you know what? Like Ray said, it's a must win. Now, if we lose, I'm not gonna say it's over, but it ain't looking good. And the law averaging on our side if that happens, going 2-0 and down 2 games to Indiana. This is a must win Friday. We have to go out there and get it done. I don't care how you get it done. You got to get this bad sour taste out of their mouths, man.
Bro, this is a bad taste in the mouth. It's gonna sting. It's gonna sting.
Yeah. This reminds me of let me see. Now that I go back, 95 playoffs against the Pacers, game 1, semifinals. And that was that Reggie Miller collapse shit where Reggie Miller scored the 8 points in whatever seconds it was.
Crazy. Yeah.
When Greg Anthony was foul pushed, they didn't call it, whatever. And Reggie Miller fucking did that. And they lost in 7 games. They lost in 7. They went down 3-1 in the series. Okay. They came back, tied the series. They've got a couple of wins. Ewing hits a game-winning shot late in game 5 to force game 6. And they went into Indiana and smacked them around game 6. And in game 7, the finger roll. And the reason why they lost that series was because of the game that they blew in game one like this. And the Knicks have to find a way to make sure that this game doesn't cost them the series. And history is not on their side, folks. Unfortunately, I got to be honest, the history is not on their side. The Knicks have never, ever in the history of the franchise won a series where they dropped game one, which is, I'm just like, wow, that really never happened with this team. They've never won a series after losing game one.
I never knew about that stat.
Yeah. They've never in the history of the franchise won a series after trailing 0-1 in a series. I don't know if that's coincidence or what, but man, that ain't something I want to think about. But they're gonna have to make history. They're gonna have to make history the rest of
that just made my night even worse.
Yeah, man. I mean, they've never done it. They've never done it. Now, again, it sucks tonight. This fucking loss, there's no way to put it, man. This shit sucks, bro. There's no way else to put it. But the series is not over yet. And I know it's about to be Panic City. I know the haters are going to come out. They're going to feel real good.
Of course.
But
yo, did that Nets fan come out yet?
Corey? Yeah,
he came in?
Yeah, he did. He chimed in. I know he chimed in. What did I tell you the other day? Okay. They only come out when it's convenient. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Corey comes out when they lose, just to drop that. But any other time, we ain't seen him since.
Oh man,
Mr. I give up. Man, this guy is full of it. And that fans gonna do what they do. As far as I'm concerned, ain't nothing that fans can tell us, man. I'm actually done even entertaining them. I just like to make some jokes here and there, but I'm really not even. They're not even on my radar, bro. Like
they're not on our level anymore.
They're not even at all. Like they're not even on on my radar, bro. Like I might say a joke here and there for fun here and there, but most part I'm not even thinking about them like at all. This is about what the Knicks are doing, trying to get to the final. So let the Net fans have that moment. This is probably their championship. This shit right here, whatever. But hey, man, this is a loss that we're gonna have to take it on the chin from everyone, including Net fans that are hating, because this is a brutal loss, and there's no way to get around it, man. The Knicks gave this up, and they're gonna have to hear it for the next couple of days until they do something about it, and rightfully so. Rightfully so.
It's on Friday. You motherfuckers better win on Friday. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. Y'all better pull through, Knicks. Y'all better pull through on Danny's B-Day, man. Come on,
I'm telling you.
Don't make that Henny and all that taste worse, man. Come on now.
No, bro. I'm not. Listen, I want to be drunk. I want to be happy drunk, not pissed off drunk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Listen, listen, man. The Knicks better not screw this up, man. Don't do this to my guy.
We can't lose 2 in a row and at home. You know what I'm saying?
Jesus,
I think we'll be fine.
I do too.
I hope so, man. I really hope so.
I do too, Ray. I think we will be fine, Ray.
I gotta keep telling myself it's a 7-game series.
I told my boy he was gonna go 7 games. It's gonna go 7.
Yeah,
me too.
Initially, I had to go 6 or 7 games. So.
Yeah. I actually said the same thing. A lot of people, some Knicks fans got a little extra or whatever. Oh, 5 now. No, this is a good.
I don't say 5.
This is a 7-game series, fellas.
Yep.
7-game series, and the best part about it is Game 7 will be at the Garden. But right now, we can't think about Game 7 because they took home court.
Like that. Yeah,
they took home court tonight, so we got to concentrate on number 1, tying this series Friday, and number 2, taking back home court in Indiana. That's what we have to do. But we got to go one step at a time, man. And I agree, Ray. I think the Knicks will be fine. I think the Knicks will bounce back Game 2. I think they will. I think they'll find a way to win. But we're prisoners of the moment for right now, and this loss fucking blows. There's no other way to put it. Yeah, it just blows.
No Hackermich tonight, surprisingly. No Hackermich tonight.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like we can't blame the bad free throw shooting
No.
on Hacker Mitch this time. We can't do it. This is on our guys not getting the job done when they're supposed to. Simple as that. You get to the line, you got to make those free throws, especially late in the game like that when you could ice the game.
Yeah.
You can't.
Yep.
You can't do it. Shit, I could tolerate it a little bit when it's early in the game or in the middle of the game,
Of
but like
course, of course.
to ice the game, unacceptable.
The one
Unacceptable.
that pissed me off is the cat free throw. We would have won up 5 points, and that would have
Yeah,
been game. That
yeah,
was it.
man. Yeah, you got to make those, man. You got to make those, and it's a shame because Cat had a great game tonight. But
Awesome game.
but
Yeah.
I'm more concerned about the fact he lost that free throw. He messed that up. That cost the game, and ultimately, it's a shame. And like I said, the story of the game should have been how good the team stepped up when Brunson was in foul trouble tonight. But instead, we are where we are right now, talking about how in the world did they find a way to let that game go. It's unfortunate. It just sucks. It sucks because Cat was cooking tonight. He had it all going.
Oh, he was all
They
cylinders,
couldn't.
man.
Yeah, they couldn't stop him. He was. I mean, as they couldn't stop him. He was killing. He had a 35 and 12 double. He was doing his thing, man. And you know, again, what are we talking about right now? We're talking about the missed free throw. I mean, it's
The FTs, man. The FTs are important. Any
that's
basketball fan
absolutely,
knows that.
especially in the playoffs, man. You can't miss free throws, man. You can't do it. You can't, especially when it's nut cutting time when you putting the game away. You can't do it, man. You can't do it. And that's what happened with Cleveland. Cleveland did the same thing against Indiana, the same carbon copy way. And the Knicks should have said, "Listen, man, they fought all the way to the end against Cleveland the last series. They took a couple of games the same way. We can't let up. We can't take our foot off the gas." And what did they do? They took their foot off the gas late and did not close out. And now we're down 0-1. And now the Knicks are going to have to step up and they're going to have to get the job done Friday night.
Absolutely. We can't give Neesmith and these players space to shoot them threes, man. We can't.
Neesmith had the game of his life tonight. I mean, I ain't never seen him play that good. Now
That was
I've watched a
unbelievable.
couple of games. Yeah, I've watched a couple of games of him this year, and I have seen him improve as a player. But he had the game of his life tonight. I'm sorry. I mean, but you didn't make it easy on him either. You keep giving up open shots.
That's what I'm saying. Give him too much space.
Too much space. Shots hard slipping. I mean,
yeah, I don't.
It's you get a guy hot like that. This is what goes on. Give him credit. Naismith, he did his thing, but this tonight is on the Knicks, man. They took the foot off the gas tonight, and it fucking cost them. And they better step up Friday night, man. They better step up and get the job done.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So that's going to wrap up tonight. Thanks for everyone joining in. Thanks for Danny coming through. Ray
Always,
checking in from outside. Appreciate you checking in with us, Ray, from out there. Know it's a tough ride home. So any last words, guys? Danny, I'll let you start it.
This therapy session was well needed.
Absolutely.
But listen, like you said, this Knicks loss was on the players, not the refs. We choked. I hate to say that word, but we did.
Hey, it is what it is. We can't sugarcoat it, man. This is a choke
we deserve to lose this game. You just can't take your foot off the brakes,
No.
especially not against the Pacers. But like I said before, my birthday's on Friday. I'm hoping for a win. So let's get this dub on Friday and tie the series up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I don't know if you're going to be around for your birthday for the show Friday. So let me just say it now. Happy birthday to you.
Appreciate you, brother.
There, okay.
Appreciate you.
Enjoy it. Enjoy your time and all of that. And hopefully the Knicks get a dub for you and make
Hope so too, man. Yes, sir.
For sure. Ray, any last words for the crew?
Yeah, man. I definitely agree with Danny. Listen, today sucks, but best thing about waking up every day, it's a reset. So
Absolutely. Yep. Yep.
It's a tough pill to swallow. Can't lie. But at the end of the day, we still got a job. Let's treat this game like it's nothing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
at 0-0. Don't let it defeat you psychologically. Uh, I believe in these guys. I believe in these
Mm-hmm.
guys.
I do too.
Try to
Mm-hmm.
avoid that over 2 goals. That's the only thing I can ask. Try to avoid it. And, I would definitely like to extend, happy birthday in advance to you, Danny. He came up
Appreciate you,
out
bro.
hard.
Appreciate. Thank you,
Yeah,
brother.
anytime. And let's go Knicks, man. Let's try to get this game
Let's
out
go
of the
Knicks,
way.
baby.
Try to
Yes.
get this done.
Absolutely. Well said, fellas. It's a terrible loss tonight, but listen, it's a series for a reason. They got the first one. Knicks got to step up and show that they are ready to fight and that they are going to make up for this loss somewhere down the road and get the job done. They're in for a long series. I always felt from the beginning this was a 7-game series. Always
Mm-hmm.
felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just hope this game doesn't cost us later, but we got to get the later. Right now, it's about game 2. I'm confident that this team and this group can get the job done. They have been tested in the playoffs, and they have responded every time. They had some tough loss. Not like this loss tonight, and per se, like in the grand scheme of things of the way we lost tonight, but they suffered tough losses already. As I mentioned earlier, they dropped game 2 against Detroit in the first round. They responded. They won the next 2 in Detroit when everybody was saying, oh, no, what are they going to do now? They got to go to Detroit. They won the next 2 games. In that same series, they had a chance to close them out. What did they do? They had a stink job from the star players and didn't shoot well, and they lost game 5, stepped up game 6. Last series, after going up 2-0, they just got annihilated in game 3 against Boston at home. And what did they do? They responded and they stepped up and won that game. Game 5 in Boston, went out there for whatever reasons they were. They got beat up pretty good in that game. They stepped up, and then in game 6, they put their best foot forward and had their best game in the playoffs. So I'm expecting this Knicks team to respond starting Friday. Let's just hope it is Friday, and I think they will.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to do it
Well
for
said.
tonight. Thanks for everyone joining in. For those new to the channel, stop by the show. I ask that you do one thing. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that subscribe button to Born for Sports, because I talk all sports and not just all sports. I talk New York sports. As you can see, big time Knicks fan. Hey, it's been a therapy session tonight. Still another game to go. Let's see what we go doing forward and tie this series up Friday. I talk Giants football. Listen, big time Giant fan right here. Hey, big time all the way. We'll see going forward. There's some news coming. I heard some rumors about some season ticket gifts and stuff. I might have some information on that. I might drop down the road. We'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Yeah. New York Mets baseball. Mets got to win tonight. Avoided the sweep against the Red Sox. Been in a little tailspin with the ever since the Subway Series. Slumping bats. They got the job done tonight. Let's see what goes on. Long season going forward. I talk New York Yankees. I talk New York Jets. I talk about the Jets. I talk about whatever you want to talk about in the world of sports, especially New York sports. Salute, Nick Nation. Like and subscribe to Born for Sports. Let's go Knicks.